Two, one. Peace. What's going on, man? How you doing, man? Please
Peace,
introduce
peace.
yourself. Yeah. Please introduce yourself for those who do not know you, and most important, what you represent.
Peace. My name is Israel Figueroa. I'm also known as Zulu King Israel. I represent for the Universal Zulu Nation here in Germany as the regional director.
Okay, so you're the regional director. What does that mean?
That means that each, uh, pretty much in simple English, that each country has its own jurisdiction and is a region in itself, as opposed to the whole European. You know, you have a Zulu Nation in Holland, Zulu Nation in Poland, Zulu Nation in Germany. These are all separate organizations
Okay,
of and within themselves, mostly because of the language barriers between each other, you know, or the commonality of language, I would rather say. You know, in Germany, you have a Zulu Nation in Germany because it's in Germany and everybody's German. You know, Zulu Nation in UK would be Zulu. It's not a distinction that's given to anything like that within the states. Although you'll find a lot of chapters that are named after the state or city that they're from. I mean, by the states, I mean by the continental U.S.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, over here, you
Okay. Uh, I got okay. So for Germany itself, is it just Frankfurt or is it other cities? I mean, what's the membership like?
it's Germany. Period. The story of the Zulu Nation in Germany is a complicated because it never went out. You know,
Say that
and
again.
even
Say
now,
that again.
it's. I said that the situation with the Zulu Nation here in Germany,
Yeah.
as far as membership and people that are active uh, and representing for it, it's a complicated situation. You know, there was a time that they joined in a while ago. There were different chapters: Cologne, Berlin, in the north, Hamburg area, south in Munich. In Frankfurt, there were some individuals, but there was never a chapter, from what I understand. Um, the only people that have ever uh, boasted any chapters to me are both Cologne and Berlin. In Berlin, you have Wild Style Ben Mansour. You can find him on Facebook. Wild Style Shops. He has a spray paint shop that they have up there, and he has paperwork even of his chapter being sanctioned by Lucky Strike. Uh, Rest in peace. Also, the Zulu Nation at the moment, I believe he was international spokesman at the time, and they would when they would travel, he would also be with them, and he gave him the sanctioned Berlin chapter. So that's what I know about anything really official. But I have been told of Cologne chapter and a chapter up north, and enough people down in Munich that you have kings, because even there, Africa Islam was taking residence. So there's a strong Zulu connection down there.
Okay. Okay. So right now, the chapter that's here, it's one complete Germany is one chapter. That's it. It's no broken down into cities
Right.
anymore. It's just one chapter. So about how many members you think are here in Germany?
Well, I wouldn't even say that Universal Germany, the Universal Zulu Nation Germany would be a chapter. You know, I
Right.
would more describe it as a regional
Okay, more as a
situation.
regional.
It-
Okay.
it- yeah, there are different sizes. There are different concepts that have been taken on in creating multi-regional areas like galactic and so forth and so on. Um, Germany is a situation in which the individual chapters themselves haven't been active for a while. Although the individuals that were involved and many individuals were still rep Zulu Nation. You come up to them, you ask them, yo, are you down with Zulu? Yeah, I'm down with Zulu. You know, so you go to Heidelberg, you get nothing but Zulu Nation love up there. Cats tattooed on their elbows. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Torch. Um,
Right.
uh, so
So they're
that
different. What you're saying is they're
what
different
the
pockets
Zulu,
of Germany.
what the Universal Zulu Nation Germany, it would be like it would be like the situation in Germany's history itself, you know, where Bismarck came in and he unified Germany for the first time. You know, you have all these different chapters, and they're all represented, or different cities rather, right now, and they're all represented under one umbrella of the Universal Zulu Nation Germany.
Okay. Okay.
If there
Understand.
was ever to come up a situation like if there was ever to come up a situation like that, we would have a renaissance and big membership, and any one city could go ahead and claim its chapter. They could do that. We have bylaws for that written. You know what I'm saying? So they could apply for that and they could get it. It isn't a problem.
So
But
actually, you have
right
to
now it's
apply for
all,
it then.
yeah, because there's always been a central form of I wouldn't say control, but administration is the better word for it. You
Right.
know, because what had happened was in the beginning when Bam and them would be traveling to different places outside the Bronx, uh, they started meeting different people and seeing different forms of life and how people were different. They've been just different from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? You gotta to know what they was feeling. You gotta know one side, and then you gotta know the other, and you be like, I
Yeah.
see what you're saying. You know, and they were coming out of something, and they were seeing something different out there, and they were seeing people that were vibing with them out there, out here. So they was putting them down. Yeah, you down with Zulu? You know what I'm saying? You Zulu? You a Zulu king? You know what I'm saying? This was also before like tests and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Before infinity lessons had really
Yeah.
started being developed out. You know, and before administration, I mean, you had cards back in the day too, from what I understand. I never had a card. You know, I had affiliation to the Zulu Nation by way of residence, being from Bronx River Projects and having gone to IS 167, but really just being a resident of Bronx River Projects. That got you that right there. Whether or not you was down administratively, because you come out of that area, motherfuckers knew you where you was from, you'd be suffering the same thing that any other Zulu would be, you know. So, and I was always representing Zulu from the time I came out, you know what I'm saying? Out of Bronx River Projects, I mean, and came into the world. But they came into a time where it was just wasn't any administration really uh, being kept up records
Yeah.
in
Okay.
that
I
form, you
understand.
know. And that was also a situation which at one time also was a big problem in New York. It's written in the lessons of a time that uh, got out of hand with the Universal Zulu Nation, and Africa even had to shut down shop for a moment, and then he reopened up shop with a limited amount of chapters because all of a sudden everybody in New York was Zulu Nation, and it was like umpteen chapters out there. And up over here, you had individuals that were claiming they were Zulu, they were claiming they were kings. Some of them have paperwork, like Wild Style Ben. He'll show you that. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it came to a point where they said, okay, you know what? We should like try to keep up
Yeah.
with what's going on uh, outside, at least outside, or in the universe, because now it's no longer the Almighty Zulu Nation. It's not the Universal Zulu Nation. It's a transformation that the organization took within itself, having started out as originally just called the organization, you know, and they started, taking down paperwork, you know, and uh, by this time, yeah. So now what I'm saying is that you can put in for a chapter within your, like any other organization you be down with. If you want to open up a chapter of that organization or in that organization's name, you would apply for it, and they would approve. And that's about it right there.
Okay. I you know I had got I'm like, before, as of right now, I understand that there's different names right now that the chapters got named. I wasn't quite sure of everything. Um, like Japan had changed the name. Has there been any organizational name changes as far as in Germany that you know of? Because we could speak about outside,
No,
and I really don't know
no,
much about
no.
it. And I can honestly tell you that I'm not
What do you
gonna.
mean? What do you mean name change?
Were there name changes
Name
because
changes in relation to what?
for Zulu, like Zulu Kings or Zulu Nation, were there any different fractions right now of the Zulu Nation going back to New York right now from the organ? Where you have to check in at? Is there any fraction right now, or is it all still one? It's one entity.
I think what you're alluding to is the. I think what you're alluding to is the mighty Zulu Kings.
Yeah, I think something the name change. That's what so I glanced across it. I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really do a whole lot of research on it, but
Yeah,
those are
Alien
like
Nest
questions you
came
got.
out.
Like if I ask questions like if I'm definitely 100% new and I don't know
Yeah,
anything. You understand what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No, Alien Nest came out and changed the name of the organization from Mighty Zulu Kings to MZK.
Okay, so there was a name change. When did he? Okay, but
Yeah, but that wasn't that
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
have
I don't
anything
want
to
to
do
get
with
into that.
really
That's something
Germany.
somewhere different.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
doesn't have anything to do with Germany and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Alien Nest is from the Bronx, first off, you know what I'm saying? And that's where they started the organization. But the Mighty Zulu Kings is an international organization. What I
Right.
believe Taekwon, uh, Pat out from Germany, he's running things right now administratively. You can find him on Instagram. I think his name is Taekwon. My apologies if I didn't get that correctly. Tyquan.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, uh, yeah, they changed their name. But as far as here, Zulu Nation in Germany, man, it's always been. You have to understand, like I said, it wasn't always Universal Zulu Nation Germany under one flag or that name. You know,
Okay.
um,
Okay.
there were issues in which why the chapters really didn't stay strong in both the North, Berlin, and South, and everywhere, and it turned into sort of like just individuals, doing their thing. Really, the only people repping Zulu Nation to the day has always been from the get up to now has been Heidelberg, because they'll shout Zulu, you know what I'm saying? They have people out there, you know what I'm saying, that rep that, correctly to this day, have always,
Yeah.
they
Understand.
call them day ones, you know, because I mean, I mentioned a lot of cities, but Heidelberg has been one that's always stayed strong as a city itself, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Um. Okay. Next question I got to ask you. Far as before Corona happened, how was it like? Were you guys having meetings where people were able to still join? Were there a place where you could reach you guys at before Corona? What was the like protocol, I guess, of if you wanted, like, say for instance, I'm new and I just heard about, like, I listened to this right now and I just heard about you guys that are in Germany. I'm here and I want to I want to find you guys. Pre-corona, how were you guys meeting?
Well, as far as meetings in which I was taking place in, we would try to have those at the building of the context in Wiesbaden.
Yeah.
But uh,
Yeah, and I attended. I came there to the meeting one time, definitely. So I was able to attend
yeah,
that. Yeah.
the last meeting we had was at the meeting of styles. The last time that we were out there, we called people out to come earlier.
Hmm.
A lot of them did, and we had a meeting with them. We had a good time. And then afterwards, I think we played over there until, wow, 10 o'clock at night, I think is what they let us play until. Um, Regular meetings were being held at the context. It used to be at the time that we would try to encourage meetings being from four, but then we had a certain turmoil that we ran into in 2016, and that's when I took over the leadership after that. Or pardon me, when I was allowed to be regional director after that, in late 2016, and getting up to regular meetings was always a difficult thing because a lot of the active members uh, lived were in distant cities. And
Right, right,
it ain't
right.
like living in New York. You know what I'm saying? People, I mean, even out there, it takes an hour to come from Bronx to Brooklyn. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you're talking about cats that's living up all the way up north in Hamburg, or living down in Munich, or what have you. It's not a hop, skip, and a jump out here. So meetings would have to be done regional over here, just where we at over here. A lot of people will come to them at the
Yeah.
time, but like I said, we fell out kind of on that. But we started reviving it right before COVID and all that came around. We was getting ready to have another.
So yeah, revival, get new recruits and stuff like that into the nation. Um, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Yeah. Also, I got another question for you. About right now that we have Corona, how are you guys able to? Are you able to stay in contact right now? Is what has Corona done right now towards? You was on your way to building up the community, doing the revivals and having people come to the meetings and stuff like that. And now that Corona is here, are you guys doing anything to still keep it
Yeah, of
going?
course. What else? What else is it going to do? Is Yeah, it's brought everything to a complete halt as far as being able to meet with each other. You keep in touch with each other, of course, through social media. You can reach us there, of course, at any time. But as far as meetings, stuff like that are concerned, we've had to take a back seat to that. Um, we've, as a whole Universal Zulu Nation organization, we've had a lot of Zoom meetings that people have been able to take part of.
Were
One
you able
of
to
which I
attend
took a
any of the
part of. When
meetings?
was this? I believe.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The last
okay.
one, I forget what it was. It was what was it for? It's on a particular day that we were celebrating. I can't remember what it was in relation to, but yeah, definitely. And there were people there online with us from Russia. Uh, Other people here from Germany were also on there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they
cool,
were
cool, cool, cool.
represented.
So
So
you get
there's often opportunities that people get together on Zoom. Yeah.
okay, okay. So you're still building, you're still staying in touch. Yo, give one more time. Give your title for the Zulu Nation here in Germany. What's your title again?
Zulu King, Zulu King,
Okay, so you're Zulu Kings. I mean, what's your position again? You said you were
regional director is
regional
Robert Tata,
director. Is there a president?
regional director for Germany.
Okay, so you're a regional director for Germany, and there's a president also as well for Germany too, I assume.
Yeah, that I was vice president,
Right?
but because of the way the situation happened, I kind of I've been identified as the regional director. You could say that the vice president took over the presidency, but it's a real um, complicated situation over here since 2016. So I'm satisfied with identifying it as regional director. I mean, that's the way we talk to each other anyway. They have regional meetings in which they also talk between EU and South America and the Caribbean and North America. You know what I'm saying? They also have those type of calls and communications and designations. You know?
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. All right. Um, anything else you want to talk about, man? Get into real quick that you want to go across, or you
What you been
good?
into, man? What you been into, man? You still
Oh,
into
man.
that house?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And hip hop, of course, and hip hop. So I haven't forgot, you
What
know?
else is there that you want to ask me about?
Well, I didn't want to too much touch on it because it was pretty much a touchy subject, but a lot of news that had transpired in the states, and I wanted to kind of get your opinion. I know we talked back behind the scenes, and I know you didn't really. I don't know if you're able to elaborate. How much are you to able to elaborate on the situation news that has happened for the Zulu Nation that people are aware of? I don't want to just point the finger at it because it could be, you know what I mean? It's very sensitive situations. So basically, that's it. And how has it affected? Has it affected anything over here in Germany for you?
Yeah, it affects a lot of things all over, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it was also at a time when there was a come up for the Universal Zulu Nation as an organization. We were getting a movie in tow, you know what I'm saying? The Universal Hip Hop Museum that we were also out there put helping to promote out there. Things of which are still going on, especially the Universal Hip Hop Museum, of which they have a place. They have a place right now where you can go visit, and it's a small exhibit. Eventually, what it'll be is they'll be take part in. But hold on a second. What's up? Let me, no, sehr lustig. You can't just tell
All
them to get
right.
out of here, because then they just want to keep coming back.
Nothing wrong. It's all good, man. Kids are welcome. It's
You know,
all
so you
good.
just pay attention, and then yeah, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. Well, but it is what it is. You know, uh, my contention is this: that if you were ever for a cause, then you were for a cause, and that's what you was about. You know what I'm saying? And if you was in it for the sensationalism, because you wanted to say you were down with Zulu, or like a lot of people, I get mails from individuals that say, "Yo, how can I get the beads? Can I get a chain? Can I just?" They just send mail. I want to. Can I be down? I'm like, what you mean? Can you be down? What you want to be down with? What is it that you want to be associated? What are we about? You can tell me. Because a lot of them, like I said, they're not even. It's like real life. A lot of people ain't down with what you about. They're down just with what you with. you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then as soon as they can get with that without you, then you out. Then you're out like that. And they're on their own with whatever it is that they want to get on that they got from you. So the people that were strictly down and wanted to stay down, they're still down. And they
Right,
still
right.
represent. You know what I'm saying? Strongly. You know, um, and that's how it is. Yeah, that's how it is. But there's an effort, hopefully, that after this Corona thing goes down, that we'll be able to liven some stuff up, especially here at University of Nation Germany. I was speaking to MC Torch. I
Yeah.
don't know if you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about, right?
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I gotta look him up. Is he was he a writer or is he he's a
So
b-boy?
about
Is Torch a writer or
he's
a b-boy?
he he's a b-boy, but he's most generally known as a rapper. What I'm saying? He also
Okay.
knows how to he can write, he can get down with the
So
spray
he
can
can
and
he can
stuff
throw
like
some
that.
rhymes. Okay,
But
I gotta
Torch was the first German rapper I saw on TV. Him and his peeps advanced chemistry when they did the song Kein Ausländer, aber noch ein Fremder, which was a song they were expressing how they belonged to the land, but people treated them like they didn't belong here. And
yeah,
that was back in '92, and it was a prevalent feeling back then. That was the trailings of Malcolm X era and stuff like that, Public Enemy and stuff like that. So it fit into the situation as well, you know. And that's how he's got roots from there, from even before there, you know, in hip hop, along with other people in Germany, But he's been down with it for a long time. And we were speaking on maybe even trying to do a sort of uh, Zulu revival tour for Germany, which all the individuals that are well known or that were well known at that time, saying, uh, would get down. We'll
yeah,
see. So you have b boys like Storm, b-boy Storm from up northeast is
yeah,
where he's from. I forget the exact name of the city near Berlin, but it's not in Berlin. It's somewhere near there though. And Cora E, you know. Uh, you got King Catman down, DJ down in Munich, and get up kind of like a roll call of different individuals who through the ages over here through the hip hop age, and see if we could get together and do something. Well, lately means like in the last 2 months, maybe I spoke to him maybe about a month ago. But all this COVID stuff going on and everything's frozen, it's really sometimes not even useful talking about what we gonna do. You know, you might just want to write a plan, you just don't want to put a date on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. Um, yeah, man. Like what you could do, man, right now, you can go ahead and give your shout outs to anybody you want to give a shout out to. And then we want to get a little bit just more information on how people can contact you. So if you got some shout outs to give, then, throw your shout outs.
Oh man, shout out to the world, man. We've been suffering a lot out here, man. This is some BS that's going on, man. I mean, even if the pandemic is real, a lot of people don't see it as real, because it's being spoken of people dying and people doing this. But I mean, I personally have friends and stuff like that have passed away as due to this pandemic. But it's not evident to everybody that the actions that they're taking are justified, that they should have to give up their liberties, you know what I'm saying? And I put in quotation marks because if anybody knows anything, that the rights that people claim here were really privileges that are being given to you by the sitting government or where you reside, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just hoping that everybody, shout out to everybody out there, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Universal Zulu Nation, everywhere, Brazil, not Brazil house, you know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, any personal
So,
names, any individual names, they all know.
all right.
But
And okay. And how can people get in contact with you to get more information on the Zulu Nation here in Germany?
contact with us.
Hold up. Ooh.
Yeah, like I said, the easiest way to find us right now, we had a website, but we couldn't maintain it, so it's not up anymore. But it's easiest either through Facebook, Universal Zulu Nation Germany, or on Instagram at Universal Zulu Nation Germany. And that's where you see us at. You can direct message us and ask us whatever you want. It doesn't matter what it is, and we'll discuss it with you as far as we think we can. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some things that we don't think that we should be sticking our noses into. I think that people got it twisted and forgot that we was an organization involved with millions of people that are down for the cause of good, and not about any foolishness. Is what I wanted to say. Yeah.
All right. So thanks for chiming in, man, and peace, yo. Be safe.
Thanks to you, man. I thought it was going to be harder than this.
Nah.